Well, perhaps you caught the story on WBOC News earlier this week. A Wicomico middle school teacher made a decision that would change his life and a stranger's life. He gave her the gift of life. And ever since we got word of this incredible story, we've been looking forward to sitting down with the man who made it all possible.
We'd like to introduce to you Wicomico middle school teacher Jeff Lind and his kidney recipient, Kelly Sawatsky. Did I do that correctly? Kelly, is that correct?
You did. Good job.
And Kelly's joining us via Facebook Messenger. All right. Welcome.
Jeff, thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure to meet you.
And Kelly, I'd shake your hand, but you're a little far away.
Okay, so of course we're talking about your kidney donation. For those who didn't catch the story, how did this all happen?
I was sitting on my couch on Easter morning because I was off school, and it's one of those weird days I was off and my loving and beautiful wife was not off and she was at work. So I was looking on Facebook, looking at the Penguins Twitter feed, which I do pretty much daily, and I saw this story about her holding the sign up at this Penguin game, and she was looking for a kidney, and I started reading about it, and I contacted her on Facebook, and I asked her if she was still looking, because I saw her sign, and at that bottom number, I knew that if I called it, I read her story, it said that there was over 30 voicemails in that inbox, and I said, if I call that number, it's just going to get, somewhere lost in the shuffle down there. I'm never going to get through to her. So I got creative, and I added her on Facebook. And we actually had a friend in common. His name was Jake, which was coincidental, because you can see the back of the sign. It says, as she's asking Jake Gensel for a stick, which is her favorite player. And I messaged her, we started talking, and basically 6 months later, here we are. I got selected, and I gave her a kidney.
Wow, that is amazing. And Kelly, how long have you been waiting for someone to donate?
So I found out that I was in end-stage kidney failure I think it was like middle of June last year. And so it's been about a year and a half. I've had chronic kidney disease for a little bit longer than that, but didn't know if I was going to need a transplant until middle of last year. And then it wasn't until early on this year that my doctors really urged me to start looking for a living donor for so many reasons. It not only would be a better kidney in the long run for me than getting one from a deceased donor, but I was able to go out and look for my own donor. And some people they can't do that because they don't have the energy, they don't have the means to do so. So the nice thing about living donation is not only do I get what I need, but somebody else on that waiting list moves up a spot. Actually, two people move up because there's 2 kidneys from a deceased donor. So it actually really works out for more than just me.
Oh, okay. Well, so what's your prognosis now?
My prognosis, in the words of my surgeon, Dr. Tivar, is that with this kidney, I should stay very, very healthy for a very, very long time.
Oh, that is wonderful. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and ask Jeff. You had the surgery. How are you? I mean, are you feeling the effects of it, or?
I mean, not really. I mean, initially I did, but I went back to work after 13 days. I think we're 24 days out now from surgery, and I mean, I went back to school, and I teach night school at Y-High, and I've been back full regimen for the whole week now, and I mean, I feel great. I feel like nothing ever happened.
Well, something really big did happen.
Yeah, because this story gained national attention.
It did. Good Morning America got a hold of our story, and they aired it first, and then it went local in Pittsburgh because that's where the surgery took place, and then I think word got out down here, and word got out to her locally up in Lancaster. So it's still going.
Kelly, are you loving the fame?
It's definitely a different side of the world that I haven't seen for a very long time. It's fun. It's kind of feels like a different life because all of a sudden, people are requesting to do interviews with us, and making sure that if we're too far apart, one is asking the other, oh, do you think your donor, your recipient can Skype in or FaceTime or Messenger in? And we talk to each other, like you said, daily, saying, hey, I've got these interviews coming up. Are you available? And, we always try to make that time to be ready for one another, which is really fun. But our relationship has really flourished, and he and his wife are coming to my wedding in May.
Oh,
so
that's
really
wonderful.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Now, both of you are brave in your own right. Kelly asked, basically the entire world for a kidney, and then you went ahead and you donated one. Do you have any advice for somebody who's just thinking about being a donor?
Everybody's reaction is going to be different to it, whether you you look online, you're going to find negativity, you're going to find positivity, but reality, if you have a positive outcome or a positive look on it, you're going to have a positive reaction, and I did. I read a lot of negativity online, and I tried to ignore it. It's, you know, it's nothing. Physically, for me, I don't feel any difference.
Kelly, how about you?
Oh gosh, well, so from my perspective, for a recipient that may be in need of a kidney, my biggest word of advice is, you know, if you need something this badly, don't be afraid to go out and get it yourself. I could be waiting still for another 4 years on that list for a match, but that's just not in my personality to sit around and wait for something to happen or for someone to give me something. You just have to make yourself willing to be vulnerable and open to, you know, everybody else's opinions. And like Jeff said, there was quite a few negative comments in that very first, you know, few weeks after my story went viral back in April. And you really just have to say, wow, trolls are willing to do anything to get the attention and the response that they want. You just have to look past it and say, social media has done such an incredible thing for me. And there's, you know, there's nothing someone could say to bring down what's going on. But in terms of surgery itself, I feel fantastic. I literally feel like I have hardly gone through anything lately. Not to say it wasn't really rough the first couple of weeks, but the day before Thanksgiving, I really turned a corner, and I feel great.
Well, good. We're so happy to hear that. Congratulations on your wedding. Best wishes. Jeff, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing that. That was a wonderful story. All right.
Thanks so much.